He's really getting on my nerves. Welcome back to Not My Bag. I'm Joe. I'm solo again this week. And we have the incredible Samantha from this year's Love Island. Guys, it's an exclusive. I'm so excited. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. I've got a surprise for you, straight up.
What?
My mum would like to FaceTime you. Is that okay? Okay, amazing. She's been waiting, and I was like, okay, it's coming. Right, let's hope she picks up.
Be funny if she doesn't.
Honestly, she's probably a bottle deep in Cornwall right now. She's on a beach in St Ives with her tits out. Guaranteed. Come on.
Spiritual animal. My spiritual animal.
Come on. Hello, I'm just going to pass you over.
All right, girl. Are you okay?
Oh my God, I actually love you.
Love you too, doll.
Honestly, I just think you
Oh.
are amazing, you're beautiful, you're funny,
Oh.
you're so strong.
Oh.
Love you, absolutely love you.
I love you too, doll. You're on the Prosecco. I am.
Yeah, I've got one here, look.
I've got one here. Should we do a cheers?
Yeah. Yeah, cheers to you.
Cheers
darling.
to you, doll.
Yeah, and then when I'm back from Cornwall, when we go to an event, we need to have a few photos together.
Oh, girl.
There we
For lunch.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, even better.
But you can be like me. You can.
You're going back.
I'm moving to London soon, so you can. Do you want to be like my London mum?
Are you?
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, and listen, I've got no girls in my life, so
Well.
I need as many girls around.
You can have me.
I'd love to have you. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Right, love you, Mum.
I'm pod with Joe.
I will.
That I'm not there. And sorry, I've got my glasses on. When I'm back, we'll definitely get together.
Definitely. Lovely to speak to you.
Enjoy the pod.
Bye.
Love you. Love you. Bye. Love you. Bye. Yeah, bye. Bye, hun. Bye. She's never said that about me. 27 years on this earth, she's never said anything that nice. So well done. Well done. You won, Jane. Keep the money. Anyway, how are you? How's things been since you got back?
It's like a whirlwind. Like the first 2 days, I kind of didn't leave the house. I was just like, vision, seeing my friends, seeing my family. And then I was like, right, let's get the big smoke.
Yeah.
Let's get me to London.
Straight to London on After Sun, which was, so when this goes out, it would have been a couple nights ago. How was that? Was it daunting with it being live and everything, or?
Yeah, I was nervous with it being live because I was just thinking, oh, what am I going to say? But
You nailed it.
Right.
You absolutely nailed it. I wanted to go through a couple of things that are mentioned on there because I didn't know that you explored the connection with Ronnie as well, because they didn't show barely any of that.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
So basically, obviously, from like the get-go, as soon as me and Ronnie kind of seen each other, we were both like, oh.
Yeah.
'Cause obviously, he is my type. And like we were both sat at the edge together, and like we were both like flirting back and forth. I haven't watched that once.
Yeah.
It's been shown. So that was like kind of like an instant thing with Ronnie, and then obviously he got put with Jess, so it was like it was kind of out the picture. But like obviously he was saying like if it would have been you, and like if I could like you're my type out of everyone.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you're looking like you're like the Margot Robbie type, the blonde hair, the blue eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had loads of chat.
He's been pinballing between everybody, that man. I can't believe Tiffany's out and he's like, Harriet. On it, the teaser last night where Jess is just sat there piercing, like looking at her, I thought, honestly.
So Jess and Harriet are going to start beefing again now, aren't they?
I know, but I kind of love that. Who were you more close with in the villa out of those two?
My best friend in there was Nicole, but then I was really close to Jess.
Yeah.
Like, I think when me and Jess were both Northern, we kind of got each other's banter really well. So, like, I know a lot of people are like, she's too blunt, she's too this. She's not, she's just Northern.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think it really balances out in there with the characters because you kind of need some bluntness, especially with Ronnie. Like, love him to bits, but you need someone to direct him in a convo. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Sorry, so back to After Sun. You spoke about as well with the Chris Taylor thing. was so funny. Tell me more, because I haven't seen. So he said something about you online. Is that right?
I actually haven't seen it myself.
Right.
Obviously, I just said to my family, I was like, you know, what's after something like kind
Sure.
of thing. And my sister was kind of like, he's just had nothing nice to say about you, really. He's talking about like I keep a strand. He said something about I'm surprised Samantha's legs aren't tired from running around Joey all day.
Right.
And then said something like about I keep a strands of his hair locked.
Right.
His hair in a locket or something. And I just thought, come on.
It's hard because we've got to be impartial, and then do you know what I mean? When you're, I don't blame you for being like, do you know what? No, he chose me, honey.
Like, I get it. It's funny. It's a funny thing to say. Like, it is funny, and like I get that. And you know, he's on a telly show. He's got to have an opinion. But like, Joey chose me. Like, I didn't run around the garden after him. I was still having chats with Ronnie and that at the first, like, in the first couple of days. So I went just like tunnel vision Joey. I didn't block myself off from everyone. A lot of the boys had said like, no one's pulled you for it. Because I was like, why is no one pulling me for chat? Like, am I ugly?
Yeah.
And,
no, I think Joey's a bit scary in there. I can't lie. I mean, that's why.
No, I was like, am I ugly or not? Because like, no one's pulling me. And like a couple of the boys kind of said like, you're a bit intimidating, and I think that's
really,
yeah, and I think that's just where I'm scout and loud.
Just a big personality, do you know what I mean? Which is not a bad thing.
I know.
So we'll leave the other bits one to us to further on the convo, because I want to do this chronologically. So I want to start before, so like the application process into the show, because I always like to find out from people like, did you apply? Did you get scouted? How was that?
Yeah, so I got scouted. I've never ever done any telly before. I'd never applied for the show or anything. And I thought, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I was like, can I swear on this?
Yeah, of course. Do you know where you are? Absolutely. I've dropped the C-bomb a few times on this, so don't worry.
I got shouted off for saying that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe don't.
Like, Samantha, beat yours. You've just called. I was like,
oh, we'll get that out of you after a couple more glasses of Prosecco, don't you worry. So you got scouted?
Yeah. And I was just like, do you know what, fuck it. Like, I feel like they don't really get scousers. Obviously, Hannah, massive, like, she's huge and she's the best. So I was like, right, big shoes to fill, get the scouts personality.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I feel like it is one of them, Liverpool's kind of one of them cities where they're a bit like, oh no, like I couldn't, like I couldn't do nothing like that. But I was just like, well, I could.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going. I know one fan love.
Yeah, well, you nailed it. I mean, you're pretty much like a main character for your time in there as well. So, trust me, you were. So, you got scouted, obviously did the process. Did you know you were going to be like an original cast member or?
So, when I got the call, it was weird. Like, I knew when I was going to get the call. I said to my mates, I was like, I'm going to get this wrong. I'm going to get wrong this week. I was like, I'm getting wrong. I was like, because they basically say May. But it got to like the end of April and I was like, no, I think I'm going to be told. Like,
manifest him. Yeah, I love that.
I was like, they're ringing me this week. Yeah. And then it got to Thursday and I was like, okay, they haven't rang me. Like, it's weird. I was like, why haven't they rang me? And my mum was like, they said May, like, calm down. And then I was driving home from the gym and as I got onto the motorway, you know, come up and I was like, oh my God. And then he was like, you've got it. And he was like, you know, we want you either as an original or one of the first bombshells. But like, you can't try to act cool. But like at the same time, I was on the wheel and I was like, oh, like I didn't know what I was thinking. Should I pull over on the hard shoulder? Because I'm going to like, and then, yeah, it was just like a whirlwind then after that.
Yeah. How did you prepare? Because I always see like from All Stars, a lot of the girls that I followed from previous seasons, like suddenly everyone went quiet. Everyone was in the gym. Do you know what I mean? Doing all that. Did you have anything that you kind of, you know, did to prepare?
I go to the gym anyway. Like I'll go to the gym regularly. Like, so I wouldn't say I was in the gym anymore.
Nothing to make people wonder if you're going in or not. Do you know what I mean? Not being too bait about it.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
But like obviously where I'm a makeup artist, like I was still taking appointments.
Sorry, that is me. That has never happened on this show. Come on. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so like when I'm a makeup artist, like people were messaging me for appointments and I was like, oh, like I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
And I was still taking them and then before I went on, I actually went on, like I was like, okay, sorry, I'm going to have to cancel your appointment now.
Oh, really? So you kept it under wraps? Did you tell did you tell family and friends and that? And
like, okay. I'm not going to lie, I did.
Yeah.
And like I told like a couple of girls that I work with in the shop, like, I'm sorry, but I can't hold my own piss.
Neither.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
neither.
That's like big news.
Of course it is.
I'd be like,
you just can't sit on it, can you? Do you know what I mean?
Sorry, what? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go on it. And my mates were all like, you're mad. Like, are you actually? And I was like, yeah.
No. Yeah, no, well, you did incredibly. So you turn up, you went into holding that, don't you, with like your chaperone and all that. How was that? Anything rogue or was it good?
Jackie, if you're watching this, love of my life.
Come on, Jackie.
Like, So, yeah, I had a chaperone. She was Jackie. She was like a mum. She was like in her 50s.
Oh, good.
So like I felt like I was away with my mum.
Yeah.
You know, I got like the motherly vibe.
Oh, that's really sweet.
And like the execs, like you've had the best hotel. Like I was right on the beach.
I can't believe that everyone goes in different hotels.
It's mad. Like my beach, right on my hotel. I swear down, it was like the Maldives. We were at the beach every day. We were going for walks. Like
you wouldn't want to go in.
I loved it. I said that. I was like on the like a pina colada and whatnot. And I was like, don't even want to go.
Yeah,
like,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is lush. So were you nervous? Because that drive up that hill to the villa is the worst, guys. It's the worst thing. It's like you slammed around. Do you know what I mean? It feels like it takes forever.
Yeah.
Like, talk to me about how nervous you were before you went in.
Well, you get your glam done quite early,
Right.
and then you kind of wait. You're waiting, and like you like. At one point, you're in a tent. I'm glammed up. I've got my wedges on. I've got my bikini on, my blow dry, my makeup, and I was like in this little tent, and I was with Jackie, and I was just like, "Am I going yet?" And they're like, "No, you've got to wait." And like you're waiting for like an hour or two, and you're sweating, and then they put you in a car, and it's like full of paper. And I went to Jackie. I was like, "How are they driving with me in this full of paper?" And she was like, "You're being serious." and then they're like, "Right, come on, go." And you're like, "Oh, I'm going in." Like,
Oh, yeah, I couldn't even begin to like think of what that's like.
I was just excited.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait to get in. I was so excited.
Yeah. And so talk to me about your type as well. Like when you went in there, like what type of guy were you looking for?
Like I love tall. Like I'm a big, like you've got to be tall. You've got to be 6 foot. Joey's probably not. So yeah.
I don't know how tall he is. It's hard to gauge on TV, isn't it?
Person.
Okay.
Yeah, he is only quite little. He's like an action man.
Do you know what? That's
Cut
one
that
thing
out. Don't say it. He looks like an action man. Cut that off.
One thing I would say about him, he's ripped, isn't he?
Really ripped.
Like ripped. I will never look like that.
Yeah,
ever.
no. And I was like eating shite all day, every day. I put 5 kilo on in that villa.
Did you?
Yeah. On that last, like even my mate was like, "Yeah, you did put a bit on."
To be honest, what else are you doing?
Eating.
Like, there's nothing else to do apart from chat, shit, and eat. It's basically like being at home.
We'd have like this like big bowl, and it would just be full of all different crisps, and then we'd get the hummus, and we put sweet chili in the hummus.
Don't, you're turning me on.
Honestly, like sex in the mouth.
So when Joey walked in as a bombshell, like for everyone at home, obviously it was crazy. I'm sure you guys were equally like, what is going on? Because it's never really happened before with like a celeb that's never been in the show. Oh, sorry, this sometimes happens with the screens. It'll come back on, don't worry. There we go. So yeah, how was that for you? When he came in, did you think initially like, yeah, I'm attracted, like want to get to know you? What was the whole vibe?
Well, obviously he's really good looking. Like he is, he got lovely teeth, do you know what I mean? And when he come in, it was a bit like I remember Maya was like, "There's Joey." And I went, "That's definitely a girl." And then Joey Essex walked around the corner and we were all like, but like, it was mad, but it was like, oh, like, what are you doing it? Do you know what I mean? Like a proper Carol Lauren.
Yeah.
What are you doing it? But yeah, no, like we were all shocked. Obviously I was coupled up with Sam at the time. But like,
I don't know, I forgot about him.
Yeah. But like the thing with me and with Sam was like, I've got to have like initial attraction. Like Sam isn't someone that I usually go for. He's a lovely, lovely, lovely boy.
Yeah.
Since like he really is a diamond, and I hope he finds love. And he's doing really well with the ladies. But
and the guys, to be fair, every gay man in London wants a piece of that man. Not me. My boyfriend's over there. Anyway, carry on.
But yeah, so it was just kind of like, it was a shock.
Yeah.
But like, obviously, where I went in a couple that I wanted to be in, I was like, yeah, I would get to know Joey. Do you know?
And then Harriet also was giving the vibe at the start that she wanted to get to know him as well. So was there any energy between you guys at the start? Have you seen the clip of her dancing for him?
I have now, yeah.
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 Yeah. You didn't know that happened, didn't there?
No. So obviously he come out and respectfully, he was lovely. He was like, by the way, Harriet was trying to get me in the hot tub then. And I was like, oh.
Oh, in the hot tub. All we saw was little jazz hands.
Yeah. You know, we mentioned like the whips and chains, but he was like, nah, like it's not for me kind of thing. And he was really respectful about that. So that was nice.
Yeah.
Didn't last long, but yeah.
I'm so obsessed. I've got so many questions to ask you, so I'm just going to kick them off. Obviously, this was asked on After Sun as well.
Yeah.
And there's all that speculation online and the memes about you running like, people have gone crazy about this, like running TOWIE fan pages. I obviously just even initially meeting you, like, know that that's not the case. But what was it like coming out and finding out that this stuff was said?
Do you know if that's the worst thing that's said about me?
Well, do you know what I mean?
That I was a TOWIE fan.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm not bothered. It's like, I win a TOWIE fan. I'm a Gemma Collins fan.
Through and through.
Iconic.
She's been on, not on this set, but she's been in this room. I actually have a cup of her hair somewhere.
Shall I take it? Like Joey? Apparently. Apparently I've got a bit of Joey as well, haven't I, Chris Taylor? But yeah, I was obviously a Gemma fan, and like back in the day when TOWIE was on, I was a teenager. We all watched it. Like
we all did.
Everyone watched it. It was like the first big reality TV thing.
Yeah.
I was never a big crazy Joey Essex fan. I was like, and like, you know, I didn't have fucking posters of him on my wall.
Yeah.
I had Justin Bieber posters. You know what I mean? Not Joey Essex.
Yeah.
But yeah, like honestly, if that was the worst thing that was said about me, I honestly don't care.
Yeah, it's wild, and obviously we spoke about it before. But the meme of the baby reindeer,
Samantha,
was just
so
funny. Samantha, not Samantha. Change your name on Insta to that. Change your bio. Do you know what I mean? Own it. So there's a conspiracy theory that Joey is working with the producers, basically. So I wanted to speak to you about this because you've obviously mentioned since coming out that you felt like you were a bit of a placeholder.
Yeah.
From watching it and seeing the vibe, it almost gives it like he knew that she might have been coming in. Do you think that?
In trouble. How shall I put this?
Yeah.
Like, basically, on our first chat, he was like, I'm dead PZA, like, love it all and all that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, same, like, pop off, sis. And then,
Not pop off, sis.
I was like, same, like, so am I, like, made up with it. And then, so I was like, yeah, I can't wait for it, like for all that. Like, that's what you know what I mean? You're going there for that. And,
yeah.
And then the days were going on, and I was saying to the girls, like, I remember we were sat in the kitchen one day, and I was like, Joey? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, do I smell? And he was like, what? And I was like, do I smell? He was like, no, why? And I was like, you like, when we get into bed, like, there's no cuddling, there's nothing.
Yeah.
And then, like, we kind of, he was like laughing about it at first, like, just kind of laughed it off. And he was like, well, you don't do it to me. And I was like, well, you should be like, come here, girl.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, come here.
Bare minimum, really, isn't it? You're in Love Island, like.
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
Like, it's a cuddle.
Yeah.
And then he kind of, we had like a proper chat about it one night, and he kind of said something along the lines of like, I don't want to be too full on in PDA because, you know, we don't know who's going to walk through that door. And I, like, that got my back up.
Right.
And I literally ran to the girls and I was like, I feel like he's waiting for like the next best thing.
Fine, okay.
And not saying he was waiting for,
Yeah.
he knew.
Yeah.
But I feel like I was just the one for now.
Yeah,
You get
yeah.
me? Like,
okay.
Because I'm sorry, but like there was no like PDA.
Because even like the first date that you went on,
that was so awkward.
you were very much like just there in your couple, like all in, just trying to chat, and he was very much just giving like arm's length.
Oh, like,
do you know what I mean?
I felt that big.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna lie, I felt so uncomfortable on that date. Like to the point where my sister said, like, that's where I knew, like, there was something wrong.
Right, okay.
Like my own sister said that she got really upset about it and was like, that's like, it's really sad because I'm seeing clips of like the first week. I haven't properly watched the first week, but the clips that I've seen, I'm like the Cheshire Cat, I'm smiling at you.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm bubbly, I'm running around the villa. And then that last week, I just go like, boom.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, it was sad to see.
It's hard in it as well, because obviously you really thought there was something there, which naturally you would with everything that he was doing, do you know what I mean, and saying, but then he wasn't like putting actions to his words. So like for you, obviously it must have been hard because you're like, why am I not getting a cuddle in bed? Do you know what I mean? Everyone else is like...
He was saying things like, you know, we're one of the strongest couples in here, but can't even cuddle me.
Yeah.
Like...
See?
And then saying to... that was it after the date. I've come back like singing his praises, being like, you know, it was nice to get to know him a bit more, but like obviously I didn't want to say to the girls he made me feel so uncomfortable.
Yeah, of course
like,
not.
You know, like you get your back up and yeah, like I've seen the clip where he's like talking about the handbrake. Like, ouch.
Wait,
when he was said that I'm not going like, it's not going like this or this, it's just this.
Right.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's hard as well, because it's like, if you were still in there, you'd see stuff like that on movie night, but you're coming out and seeing it all. Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. Calculated.
Yeah. Okay. And when Grace came in, obviously you saw the reaction from Joey. What was that like to even just live through? Do you know what I mean? Because we saw it and he almost seems like buzzing. Do you know what I mean? To Sean, he's like, oh my God.
He was made up.
Yeah. Your face was hilarious, by the way.
I was like, oh.
The rubbing the hands, yeah.
Doing the rubbing the hands. And then obviously, you get divided and whatever. And, we went and spoke to Grace and she kind of said that he was seeing last summer. But then they got back in touch this March.
Right.
And I was a bit like, I just thought, here we go.
Yeah.
And then, I just seen the reaction and I thought, I'm not stupid. I've got my wits about me. And he come over to me and, we did have that nice little chat where he was reassuring me, and that was a nice chat. That was the last proper chat that we ever had.
Was it? So was there anything off screen that because we only see 45 minutes in it, max. So was there any conversations or anything that maybe he and Grace did that we didn't see? Because obviously what we did see was rough as well. Even the kissing whilst you were sat there.
It was
is crazy. Was there or any conversation between other people or do you know what I mean? Because obviously the reason I like doing this pod as well is to find out actually what it was like behind the scenes. Because I know you, do you know what I mean? I'm a fan of you on there and I feel so awful for you, but I'm like, what else was said basically?
I don't think so. I don't think off screen that I can remember.
Yeah. It must have just been rough then, isn't it?
It was like, I don't know. It's like a dig. Obviously it's like your ego's bruised. You're getting.
Yeah.
And I've had it happened to me, it's happened to me before and things like that, when you're a young girl and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not nice. As I said, she come in her wedges and I was sat there with Gracie, just ate the plate of pastry. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
oh, right. And even my sister, everyone was you could just see, you were like, oh, you do, if I walked in a bikini and then I'd have felt Grace, but I went.
I did say this to Kane. I was like, that was a rough time to put in a bombshell when you're all sat there, just woken up, glasses and hats on. Yeah. These girls looked like they were done up for the BAFTAs. Do you know what I mean? When they came in, I was like, I would have sat there and been like, enough's enough. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
The fire exit door.
Yeah, so I feel you. Well, I felt awful for you as well when you obviously went up to the balcony as well and you were so upset and Jess was there for you.
A little clip.
Yeah.
I went up before that.
Are you one of those people that just has to take yourself away from situations?
So basically what has happened there, and I think this is why I'm so upset about what has happened. So when they got chose to go to that villa, everyone has to say their goodbyes and things like that. I was nothing but nice to Grace. I always was really nice to her. I was making a nice coffee in the morning. I was lending her my eyebrow tint. I was never, ever...
Not the eyebrow tint. Bet you regret that now.
Yeah.
What a waste of eyebrow tint.
I know, yeah. I was always really nice to her, and then obviously she chose Joey, and I was like, I do it anyway, thing. But we come to all say our goodbyes and that, and I've walked over to the whole group. I've been hugging everyone, hugged Ronnie, everyone, Tiffany, and off they went. Now I didn't get a hug off Joey.
Oh, did you not?
No, he just went. But obviously I'd stayed on the daybed the night before. So obviously we hadn't had a chat. So we didn't get to have literally from me sleeping on that day, but where we had that little bit of a wouldn't say it was an argument, a bicker. We had nothing. So then he just goes to this villa. But yeah, he didn't Ronnie had been coupled up with Harriet for 2 days and come over today and give her a big hug.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And same with Uma and Omar, whereas Joey it was bye.
Now I can understand probably why you were so annoyed. This is
what I mean. This is what people
when you were leaving, of course you're going to be don't talk to me, go away.
So then, and then when they come back, he's done it again. And he didn't come over to me again.
Yeah.
So obviously we've all come to say hello again. They've come back to the villa and then girls and boys debrief. That's fine. I know that's standard.
Yeah.
So while I'm in the debrief, she's saying what had happened, and I'm just thinking we had and then me and Harriet went to snug, and we had a chat for about 15 minutes. In them 15 minutes, he went to the kitchen and asked Nicole, was I okay? Come to me and ask me if I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have 15 minutes there to have, like, to come and find me.
Yeah.
And then Ronnie then come over and pulls Harriet again. He's been coupled up with her for 2 days. Like, we were together in there for 2 weeks.
So he had like more than one opportunity to have got to you quicker.
So then when Ronnie come and pull Harriet, like, you can't see me go, because I thought, I'm on my own now. And I thought, I didn't know where to go in the villa.
Yeah.
I felt dead out of place. So I just kind of ran away and went to terrace.
Yeah.
Now, Joey's made out that he was looking for me. Well, no, you went straight to the kitchen. You didn't even look for me. Plus, we're in a locked villa. I weren't very far. Do you know what I mean?
I've been there. It's not that big, guys.
It's not that
If
big.
you wanted to find someone, about 5 minutes and you got them. Do you know what I mean?
So,
pretty much shout, couldn't you really?
You could go, Sam, and like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, again, he's making out like, you know, I was looking for her. I tried to speak to her, you know. So then I just took myself to terrace because, again, I didn't know where to go in the villa. My head was just gone. Like, my head was gone. And then I just took myself to terrace and I thought, I need some time on my own. And I just lied there and I was hysterical. But, like, I don't know how anyone didn't hear me because it was, you know, that cry, like, when you're like...
Yeah.
And I was hysterical. And then I just did Jess the beach shot and then, like, Jess come. Because I genuinely think the girls were a bit like, where is she? I think they thought that I was in the beach shot because you get called. So then, I just come. We had that little chat. But as I said to her on it, I was like, he's not. She was like, he's looking for you now. And I was like, I've just been downstairs.
Yeah.
Like, he's not looking for me. Like, it just felt to me like he just...
Like gave up, innit? Basically.
Like, see you later.
And then that chat before you left, he was kind of insinuating that he still wanted to keep like getting to know you.
This is it. Like,
which I was confused about because I thought, what?
He literally said to Grace, me and Sam, we get on well. That's it, as friends.
Yeah.
But then he's saying to me, no, like, I'm not closing it off. You are. Like, he was just blaming it on me, and I was like, what are you on about? Like, I'm like, I'm closing it off because, like, you've literally just ran into her arms, basically. Like, and like, listen, I am not denying anything. I'm not taking anything away from them. Their sexual chemistry is unmatched. I want that. Not with Joey.
Yeah.
Not with Joey, but that's what I wanted in Love Island, and that's what I wanted from my experience.
That's what makes it hurtful, innit? Is the fact that he said that, like, I was waiting for it from you, and then you saw it with someone else in front of your eyes, and you're like, okay. Like, obviously, like, we didn't have that, but at least maybe you've told me a bit sooner or gone about it a different way, you know?
Yeah, like, I just feel like, I don't know, like, he's saying, you know, we were friends and things like that, but like, okay, like.
So then when you were told you were going home, I could just see it in your eyes. You're probably more relieved than anything, weren't you, to just get out of there?
Honestly, like, as soon as he said about the recoupling, I was like, I'm going. Like, I knew. Obviously, because Harriet and Sean are close, Jess and Omar, they're really good friends, and I just thought, like, I'm going. And
then you were iconic in that, packing up your stuff, being like, get out.
Stay there. Sorry.
Prosecco bubbles, innit?
Yeah. And even with Grace, like, I was just fuming.
I don't blame you.
I don't blame this whole situation on Grace, and I don't blame it on Joey. I get it. They've got history. The connection is there. It's a dating show. It's not a friend show. I get all that. I understand that. It was just... no one took my feelings into consideration at all. That's all I'm saying. I'm not bitter. I'm really not. And I'm not blaming Grace. And and like, as I said, you know, I was making cups of coffee and, you know, lending eyebrow tints and things like that. And from what I've seen now, you know, comments saying like, oh, the Samantha thing just needs to be dropped. Now, I was still in the villa. Do you know
what I mean? Like, you haven't gone home.
And people are fuming that I've said that I think she's quite slimy. While I was stood up there, I seen the sniggers and the laughs. No one sees this.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, no one like, all these people that have such big opinion, they don't see what I see.
Well, I got something to also speak about off the back of that, is because I've seen, obviously, she had that thing with Omar, right? And then she's pulled Connor for a chat. Have you seen this clip?
Yeah.
And she's like, kind of insinuating the vibe that like no one's closed off, whatever. So I'm a bit like, are you that into Joey? Or like, is this a whole thing that you're then going to leave Joey? Because if she leaves Joey, it's going to be crazy. Do you know what I mean? And the way Joey squared up to Omar was also just wild. So I kind of get where you're coming from in the respect of like how pure are the intentions here? Because right now he's kind of moving to her like they're married in there.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit like, I don't know what's going to happen. I just don't know what you think. Do you think they'll last? Or do you think...
Oh.
Because I don't know. I think he was put out that they weren't favourites either. I feel like that was really kind of like...
He was livid.
He was fuming.
And like, what, like...
he was sad. Like...
What? I'd love to know who was the actual bottom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the panel said yesterday about like, you know, I don't think he realises his actions of what he's done. Yeah, like, no, it's not because of the chat with Omar. It's because what we've all seen that you've just done to someone.
Yeah.
Like, we all know. Everyone's seen what he's done to me. Like, there's no denying it.
Yeah.
I think he thinks he hasn't done anything wrong.
I think the hardest thing is also, like, he's been in the game a long, long time. You know how TV shows are made and stuff. He's probably a bit put out. He's like, oh my God, like, am I actually not coming across like I thought I was coming across? Yeah, I'm just really interested now to see how it pans out.
Yeah.
Because, I mean... if he finds out about that chat with Connor and stuff, like, I don't know where that's going to go.
That'll be murder.
No, but it was rough. I heard there was stuff in the media about him and Omar actually, like, it was far worse than what we saw on telly.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm amazed up with Omar though. Like, standing around, he needs it to be told. Like, you know, you can't go speaking to people like that. Like, go on, like, what was he saying? Trust me. No comment. And I thought, calm down. Yeah. Can I also just say though, like, did she really need to run back and tell him that?
I know. Do you
know what I mean?
But that's like, what makes me think that she's not exactly like settled with him, because you're kind of causing these issues. And it's like, are you doing that to plant seeds, whatever? Like, that's like when me and Joey were coupled up. I don't know. Like, like even like Sean's little banter, like little things like, oh, you're looking lemon zesty, Samantha. Like, he said that to me one night. Something, I think I had like what's your favourite sweet?
Something like that. I was a lemon sherbet.
Were you?
Yeah, it's my favourite film.
Mine's fizzy peach. I love that, man.
But like, I wouldn't run back to Joey and be like, you know, Sean's just got me a lemon zest. Like,
yeah. Do you know what I mean? Why would you?
I know Omar. Omar's a great person. He's amazing. He barely come out at the first couple of days. He was quite quiet, and then he come out of his shell.
Yeah, I definitely saw that.
And I said that to him. I was like, you've really come out of your shell. Like, I'm so proud. Like, it's hard going in as a bombshell. So yeah, I just think like that situation was just like...
Do you think amongst the guys, because you know what lads are like, and they're like, boys will be boys and all that, do you think that there's an element of the guys kind of putting Joey on a bit of a pedestal? Is there like do they kind of like side with him a lot, or do you know what I mean? Because I've seen a split of opinions amongst the guys a lot recently with him, but I didn't know that energy shift of him coming in, because he's basically like, everyone's seen him on telly for the last...
Yeah, I think obviously like he's like the oldest in the villa.
Yeah.
That obviously...
Sean comes across as a bit like Joey's protege, because like Joey keeps like advising him and like, do you know what I mean? Which I also think is quite sweet, but I know what you mean by he's kind of seen as the older figure in the villa by the guys. I
don't think it's like, oh, it's Joey. I think it's just when he's like older, wiser, probably has a bit more experience with the ladies than the other boys have.
Yeah, he's looking for wifey now, isn't he?
Yeah. So God. I think maybe it was like along the lines of that. Obviously you can see that he's quite close to Ronnie.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Can I ask about the turbo thing? Because I'm still confused by it. What does it mean?
I'm confused.
Turbo Ronnie. I don't know. It's does he mean like a Duracell bunny? Like he's kind of on everyone, because he is.
Oh.
Maybe. I've just made that up.
I have no idea what
Okay, fine. He just calls himself Turbo Ronnie, and he's like, now he's left Tiffany. He's like, yeah, you know, back to being Turbo Ronnie, and I'm like, is that code for cheat or? I don't know. I actually
Once
he's on the pod, we'll find out.
Yeah,
hey?
Yeah.
I have like some just more like, we'll come off Joey, because obviously, you know, I'm sure you're fucking sick of hearing the name and talking about it. And, you know, you had a lot on After Sun. So let's park that.
Yeah.
I just have some some overall questions on the series, to be honest. Particularly like, what was your honest opinion on Harriet? Because obviously she's quite a prominent figure in the villa at the minute, like the memes and stuff are hilarious. Yeah. Did you get on with her in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Harriet, we never, ever beefed. Like, it was never like that. I think obviously that episode where I called her petty, that was shown, but I said it to her face as I should. Like, we never ever, the thing with me is like, I'll say something, but I don't mean it in a nasty way. I'm just like letting you know, and I'm just being honest with you.
You're just being upfront with people, which is what you need to do in there, isn't it?
That's what I mean. Like, you know, you can't get away with anything in there. You're being filmed 24/7.
Yeah.
So if you're going to say something about someone, say it to the face. And I always did. But even Harriet used to say to me, like, no, I love the way you're like that with me. Like,
just direct, innit?
yeah, she's like, you know, you are who you are and you're opinionated, but you're honest with your opinion.
Yeah.
So me and Harriet, at the ends especially, we were really close, me and Harriet.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with her walk, babe.
Oh, the strut.
I'm going to tell you now, I've ordered a UK 10 wedges at home. I'm going to pick up my PLT parcel tomorrow morning in a wig and those wedges, and I'm going to do the whole...
Are you going to the PLT party tomorrow?
I'm going to one on Thursday, the Pride one. Are you going to that?
Oh,
I hope you are.
I got invited to the one tomorrow. I've got a premiere on Thursday.
Stop it. Come after.
Premiere.
Come on. I'm hosting the party. Right. Do you think that Ronnie and Harriet will get back together and do the long haul? Because from last night's episode, we're seeing that it's a bit frosty now with Jess and Harriet. Again. Do you think this will be a forever thing in the villa? Like, I'm very interested to know what their chemistry was like, because to me, Harriet and Ronnie are very like well suited, it seems.
I just don't see how they suit though.
I do agree, but you know.
I don't get, like, when I've had chat to Ronnie and like we're talking about and like partying and things like that, like you can see that Ronnie's like loves a party.
Oh, he's a story liker at 3 a.m.
Do you know? Yeah.
That is our turbo Ronnie. Yeah. He is.
I just don't. I don't know. I just don't. Even when like I've seen them together and stuff like that, I just used to get so baffled. I was like,
yeah.
I was just. But yeah, no, I think they could go.
Do you think they could?
Fancies him. She always said from day one she fancies him.
Yeah.
Like I'm not denying.
She defo does.
And he fancied her. He always used to pick her in the challenge. Yeah. And things like that. So yeah. So I think they could. Yeah.
I've got a question for you.
Well,
if you could go back, not go on. I was like, you're going to fight me. So if you could go back and do the experience again.
Yeah.
Who would you have chosen?
I don't know. I keep getting asked this.
Sorry, I'm not the first one to ask that. I thought it was special then. I thought, that's a good one, Joe. That's a good one.
No, everyone keeps... But like, I'm like, well, I don't know, because if I'm looking at from what Ronnie's doing, I wouldn't be Ronnie, because...
It wouldn't be Ronnie.
But then like, at the
Sean?
same time, I know, but I didn't have it. I weren't attracted to anyone else in that way, other than Ronnie and Joey. So I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
It's hard.
Yeah. Well, everything happens for a reason, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
I'll get another one on the outside.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? What was your favourite game or challenge, speaking of the challenges?
Oh my God. Definitely not the sex position one with when I was dressed up in the office outfit with the specs. Definitely not that one. Never heard of a wheelbarrow in my life. I was like, what's that? When they were like, the wheelbarrow, I was so embarrassed. Oh God, what challenge does it like? The balloon one was funny.
Yeah, they're always jokes.
Yeah, I don't get why he put his face in my ass. I thought I was expecting it. I didn't get that. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't know that he'd done that. So like, when because basically that red little alpha number on that I was on off eBay, I couldn't breathe. It was that tight.
Right.
So when they said sex position game, I was like, I can't get in sex positions in this corset. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to have to stand. So he was just like, lie down. So I lied down. I was expecting, like the speed bump.
Yeah.
And then they were all like, oh, that was so funny. Did you see how slow his face went into the balloon? And I was like, sorry, what? And I was like, face. And they were like, yeah, he put his face in your ass. And I was like, that's not a sex position. Why is he just done that?
You thinking everyone's going to be watching it at home?
Yeah, I was like, oh no.
Do you ever have any of those moments where you're in there and you think, oh God, like people are seeing this, seeing this?
Yeah, I thought.
Different type of fear, innit? It's like the hangover fear, but actual being
anxiety,
like.
I was thinking my mother. But yeah, I think like that one was funny, but I love to be a pug.
Yeah,
that was such like a fun night, I think, because we had like the new bombshells coming in, so it was kind of like
must be weird to get to know people. It must feel like uni almost.
Will.
Did you?
Yeah, I snogged Will, didn't I, in that challenge, and it was like, oh, we just want to snog off Samantha, so like, well, and I kissed Jess in that challenge, which no one.
Oh yeah, no, I remember. No, oh wait.
No, it weren't shown. No,
Is it not?
Jess has a little
Did you?
snog, yeah.
Why did they show it? Do you know what I mean? Boring.
Yeah.
Boring. That's so funny. Yeah, Jess, to be fair, I think Jess is like a right character in there. But I'm waiting to see what this will be like with Harriet. Because also, do you know what kind of annoys me? She's always painted out to be like really abrasive and really rude and stuff. But I just think that without her in there, it would be boring.
Yeah, I love
because she's the first to be like, I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what I was like as well. I'd be like, no. I'm like, nah.
Manveer said she gives like corporate baddie in terms of like
she's a manager.
Well, she gives that. It's everything. Everything feels like a HR review, and I'm obsessed. Like when she comes in that high bun and the blazers on, I'm like, someone's getting fucking ripped apart tonight, and I'm obsessed with it.
She's definitely manager vibe.
Yeah, she is. I love it. So I got some quick fire questions for you.
What?
These are literally just like 5 easy going. It's in front of the text again, and I don't know what they say. Wait, that says who is.
How aware? Do you know when you're in there? Like, how aware of the cameras are you?
Oh, I found it. Thank you, though.
Like, oh, they're there. It'd be like, you're aware you're on TV, or do you just completely? Like,
you just forget. You've been in the villa, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know where the pool is. You've got the big black one that's like massive, and that's when you know shit's going down.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. But then all the others, they're just these little white cameras.
It must be easy to forget that they're there because they're so like embedded and built in. Like
it was like there'd be days where like when you're shaving every day, you're bumpy on your bikini line, and me and the girls would be sitting there like getting these bumps off, and then I'd be like, I'm here, and then I'd just go. and being filmed, and then I just kind of like sit there and I'm like, okay, I need to stop doing that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
On unseen bits, I'm like asking one of the girls to pop a spot on my ass. Like, why have I just said that on camera?
But sometimes I wish those bits were shown. Do you know what I mean? There's only so many chats about relationships, so I'm like, I just want to hear some goss. You know what I mean?
Bits are the best.
Yeah, because Patsy was saying that. Oh my god, she said that the thing that put her off Omar was the fact that she kept walking into the toilet once he'd pooed. and she did it twice and went, I can't be doing this. Like that's crazy to me that she said that. Yeah, that's what put her off.
She's so funny.
She is so funny. She's a proper hoot, isn't she?
She is.
I wish you and I had more time in there, you know?
She was the funniest girl in there. Like, our dress. Did you tell you about the Hastings Direct?
No.
Oh, 800 double. Have you not seen it? So basically, I'm cringy, but basically, they go like, girls, like we'd all be in the dressing room singing like Chris Brown or Drake or like Shania Twain, and the girl, they'd be like, can you stop singing?
Oh, because you can't do it.
Yeah.
So I found out from a producer mate that if you sing a song, it's when people are gossiping about something that you're not allowed to air because they can't air it, so you get told off. So that explains like that. So you oh yeah.
So basically like that when so we were like, oh, what are we gonna sing? And Patsy like come up with the Hastings Direct. So she just go, do you know what? Like she was like, do you know what I mean? What do you want me to do? And like she just went, 0800 double, and then done this like little sexy dance and was like 1066. But it was so quick and so fucking funny, and we were all, I'm not joking when I say like my belly was hurting.
Yeah.
Like on our down days, it's so funny. On our down day, me and Patty were sleeping in a bed together. And when you're on Love Island, the bedroom feels like Big Brother. It really does. So, you know, the lights go off and then like you're all trying to sleep. But like at this point we were quite early on in, so like every time we get the giggles bad. And I remember this one night when me and Ava were together, we had the giggles and we've been quoting Gemma as always, as we always was.
TOWIE found over here.
Yeah. and as she'd like, what did she do? Oh, so next minute we were all trying to sleep and the room was silent. And Patsy just went, Big Brother, I've just seen really fucking scary in that mirror. Remember when Gemma thought she'd seen a ghost? Oh no, that's what she said. She was like, day 58, Gemma has seen a ghost, and she does the accent so well. And then just went, Big Brother, I've just seen something really fucking scary in the mirror.
She's such a hoot.
And when I say I thought I was going to piss myself, I was laughing that much.
Oh, I wish they showed more of them.
Honest to God, like them bitch, she was hysterical.
But so much must happen in there. And there's so many big personalities as well. So
yeah,
I feel you. Sorry, we need to go back to these quick fire questions. I just teed it up and then was like, what?
5 questions.
Number 1, who was the most annoying? And that could be like anything.
I'd say this to her face, Harriet. But Harriet, when we were getting ready, they'd say, I won't go off on a tangent. So basically, when I used to say this, I used to go, Harriet, you're annoying. So like when they'd go, right, girls, you've got 2 hours to get ready.
Yeah.
Every 5 minutes, can I have a time check, please? Can I have a time check? Can I have a time check? And then she'd go, Sam, can I have your bronzer? Sam, can I? And I'd just go, I was getting overly stimulated. In the end, I'd go, Harriet! No one wants a time check. Shut up.
That is the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard.
But I'd say to her face. So.
Yeah. So I was going to say, who's the most untidy? Is that Harriet too? Was she messy?
No, Nicole.
Is she?
Nicole was quite untidy, yeah. Okay. So like, basically, yeah, like her drawer. So when she come in, she just basically went like that with all of her makeup, bang, into the drawer. So her drawer was just makeup. We were all disorganised. And Nicole's drawer was just like a shit drawer.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Who took the longest to get ready?
No, Uma. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Uma was the longest.
Okay. And who's the biggest player?
Boy-wise or?
Yeah, boy-wise. Or girl.
I mean...
You know, we're open.
Turbo Ronnie. At the minute.
Turbo... Can someone in the comments tell me what Turbo Ronnie means?
I don't even know what it is.
Guys, it's becoming like a conspiracy theory. I just spat everywhere. Who caused the most drama?
Oh. Like, do you feel like... I wouldn't say who caused it, but I feel like who had the most was Harriet. I wouldn't say she caused anything.
I wouldn't say she caused it, but
she was just involved in all
I think she knew how to play it.
She's TV gold.
She's incredible. The TV funniest fucking person ever. So I've got some questions obviously about post Love Island and coming out and like plans and things like that. One question I wanted to ask was, there's probably in the next couple of months going to be instances where you see Joey or potentially see Joey and whoever he's with from the show.
Yeah.
Have you mentally prepared on how you're going to like deal with that? Or are you just kind of like over it? Like we'll say hi. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, where are you at with that?
Of course. Listen, we did get on really good as friends.
Yeah.
We did have a lot in common. We did have some really funny times in there, like that you haven't seen, like loads of little stories and things. So yeah, like by the time he gets out, because he probably will make it to the final.
Yeah.
I'll be over it. I'll probably have a new fella by then.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'll be like, hey, Joey.
Come on. Find him in London town. Do you know what I mean? I'll stay up someone. So, and then basically like, what's your plans next? I know you said you wanted to move to London. Obviously, I know you've got like a ton on the next couple of weeks. Have you, thought about any plans for the future?
Yeah, so I'm flat hunting literally as we speak.
Yeah.
Like my best friend's already lived here, so she's had to give her flat up in Hackney. So she was like, this is perfect. Like we'll move in together now. So
amazing.
We're looking for a flat. She
love
to me, and I'm like, you just deal with it. I can't.
Yeah.
So move to London.
Yeah.
Get a little cockney fella.
Amazing. Do it. Come on the pod more often. Do you know what I mean?
I'll be
We're an ace.
I'll have me whenever you want me.
Well, look, thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it. I'm so glad we met because I knew we'd get on. You know, when I saw you on telly and I thought I knew we'll get on. So thank you so much. Obviously, wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And you know, we'll see what happens with Joey and all that. You know what I mean? Right, guys, if you are listening, make sure to rate us 5 stars on Spotify. And if you're watching, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what Turbo Ronnie means. Because I still don't know. I'm no closer to find out. And we'll see you all next week. Thank you so much.